It says I'm live. Just waiting for Leona to give me confirmation. Am I live? Just a thumbs up will do.
Yeah, you're done. You're live, sorry.
Yay! Hello, everybody. How are you? It's good to have you all in the chat. We'll go through who's in the chat in a second. I know there's a few of you out there. But before I do, I've got my earworm, Leona, but I've got my earworm, Leona, actually here and stuff. Look! That way. There's Leona. There and everything. On the camera and stuff, and she's not all shy and stuff. Hello, Leona.
Hello, Steve.
Thank you very much for joining us, as you do most weeks when I do this, except can see your face and everything, and they can see your face and stuff. So, before we carry on, who's in the chat?
We got Tommy, Tim, Barbara, Carol, Mike, Tim. Wayne is probably gone to bed by now. And we have Seth. And that is it so far, I think.
It's cool because I don't have to repeat everything that Leona says. I can just say, hello, everyone, that Leona just mentioned. It's so much easier. Oh, my God. Right, so this is attempt number 2 of what I was doing last time. Let me change the... There we go. Yes, attempt number 2. So hopefully I've got a better bit of wood. It's still beach, but it's not punky-ass sporty bit. Well, there's a bit of sporting in it, but it's not as sported as the last piece was. Let me see if I've... Yes, I have got 2 bits of that. Yes?
Can you put me in the background now?
Oh, no, I'm letting everybody look at you. It's funny. Yeah, I'll put you in the background.
Thank you.
Suppose. There you go. So we've got a big lump of wood. I'll tell you the measurement. It's this big by this wide by this wide.
So technical.
Because I've just realised my tape measure is actually upstairs. Hold on, let me... Oh, I can... I've got my ruler on the side of my lathe, haven't I?
Hello, Alex and Steve.
Hello, Alex and Steve. It is 450 millimeters long, which is 17.5 inches roughly, and it is 70 mil square ish, which is just under 3 inches. Okay, all right, are you happy with that now? Good, I'll carry on.
Hi Bob, Miss Bob, sorry.
Hi Bob, Miss Bob, sorry. Right. As always, I'm open to questions. Leona will relay questions. I haven't got the chat up on my screen at all. I find it very distracting when I have the screen. I tend to kind of wander off and look at it. That is what Leona is here for, to read out any questions that you have. If you want to give out to me, tell me off. If Barbara wants to tell me I'm doing something wrong, please feel free to tell me I'm doing something wrong, Barbara.
Please do, Barbara.
I'm just opening up my my helmet to size massive to fit over the top of my headset, and hopefully that's not made it too dodgy. There we go. Let's round this off to start with, and then we'll do everything else we're supposed to do. Let's do it this way. More speed, Captain.
Robert.
Hi, Robert. Ooh.
Oh.
No, I knew that bit was going to break off. There was a chip off the corner. There's a chip off the old block.
Barbara says, can you show what you're going to make, please?
Yes, Barbara. I'm going to attempt to make a bigger one of these. A bigger, longer one. Well, longer, not necessarily much wider, but I'm going to try and make a much longer twirly whirly one of these. And if I manage to do it, I'm going to make another twirly whirly one that hopefully matches, and there'll be a pair of candlesticks for Club Challenge.
And have you got
So,
your end points marked out already?
circular type and twisted. This is where Barbara tells me off and saying, no, it's not. So you don't have to round off your bit of wood with a skew. I just am, because I like the practice.
You like showing off?
No, I'm not showing off at all. No. Not showing
You
off at all.
are.
I'm... Hi, who?
You are a little bit.
Oh, well, okay. I am a little bit then.
Yeah, see? Barbara asks, are those parallel axes?
Sorry?
Barbara asks, are those parallel axes?
Yeah, no. Twist. Yes, parallel, but I can't remember. I'm going to have to work it out.
You don't know.
Yes, it's parallel axes. Barbara's just trying to catch me out to make me look like a wally. And I love it. We'll have to get Barbara on here one day as a fellow earworm,
Yeah.
and she can proper give out to me.
She can proper explain what you're doing. He's impressed with your skew skills.
Thank you. I've been practicing for weeks.
Don't be feeding his ego, Barbara. He's big enough.
I forgot how much of a bully you are when you're alive. It's a lovely piece of wood.
Barbara says she's so happy she got to see us both when she was in Ireland and also see your shop, Steve.
It was an absolute pleasure. And do you know what, Barbara? I was doing some videoing at school today where I work. It's that time of the year where I have to do use my video editing and videography, the limited skills that I have, but I'm the only one in the school that has it. It's that time of year where we do Christmas videos and plays and stuff like that. And I brought my camera in, and I thought I'd best check to see what's on the card. And I'd forgotten that we'd done some video in here on that camera. So I found the footage on that camera of us chatting, and you know, you telling me what I'm doing wrong, and um, and then I left it running. So I had 7 hours of footage of just my lathe. Just fixing my face shield.
Ruby says you're doing just fine, Steve.
Hi, Ruby. Thanks for joining. Oh my God, we've got all the famous people in the chat tonight.
Mind you, I'll get a catch with that skew. Everybody's looking at you.
Thanks for that, Leona. That's very
You're
kind
welcome.
of you.
I know. I like to help.
We must get you using your skew next week.
Yep.
Touche.
Okay, I'll shut up now.
I think we're round. Got a bit of a bumpy bump there, I think, but isn't that a really pretty piece of wood?
Very nice. So that's the bit you got up with rates?
No, this is a piece that my bestest friend Richard gave me. My other bestest friend.
Yeah, well, whatever.
Come on, he's your best friend too when you need wood.
Don't see Richard earworming for you.
Right, that's pretty good. I'm gonna go with that. Let me do it.
Ruby says your buddy Rob wants a skew lesson. Oh, Ruby.
Oh, yeah. Rob said that he's going to come to you for a skew lesson, Ruby. Let me do the overhead so you can see that lovely piece of wood. Look at that. Isn't that pretty? There's a knot there and everything. That's going to be fun later on.
Tim says you said your best friend was Rob.
Rob's all right, I suppose. Now he's got a lathe again. I kind of went off of him when he broke his lathe.
Stop. I'm delighted he got that working.
I think we all are, to be honest with you. Right, so now I need to mark 12 axes around this, and I'm going to use my index system just rather than do it the other way. And I'm going to try and line up my first one where my original cross hairs were. If it will work that way. Sometimes it won't. Oh yeah, well, I can just lift up my tool rest to match. That work?
Yeah, Rob was supposed to go to Ruby's for a lesson, but then he got his lathe fixed.
He chickened out. I know Rob, he chickened out. One. I'll come back along the length of it in a second. I could do with a really long tool rest. That's the word. Yeah, I can move it along a bit, I suppose. Duh.
Put a ruler on top of it.
Well, that would just be intelligent.
That's why I'm here.
There's one. Right, so let me see. I hate. Let me take this thing off my head because it's irritating me. And I'm trying to bend down and look at this thing. There's one. One, two, three, four. Isn't it 9 that I'm trying to do? Oh no, that'd be 6, will it? Oh dear, I don't know. No, 9 will give me 4. That's what's happening here. I'm matching up my hexes. Come on, people, help me out. My maths is rubbish. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 will give me quadrants, I think. That's how it'll work.
Hello, Jeff.
Hi, Jeff. So how many have we got in at the moment?
I've got a whopping 17.
Whoop, whoop.
Whoop, whoop.
That's 17 of the best, though. 1, 2,
Absolutely.
4, 5, 6.
Well, Ruby and Barbara count as at least 10 each.
Exactly. Oh, I've messed up again now. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2,
Need to take off your shoes and socks.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Why do I need to take my shoes and socks off?
So you can count.
You're so funny. Going off you.
If you have to ask.
Going right off you. Well, I'm trying to do maths and everything here.
Do not have your helpful little Pringles lids.
I could do with one of those, really.
Seth thinks I'm funny, so
Funny looking.
Mean.
See, I can be mean too.
Do you want to tell people what you're doing?
I'm trying to work out so I can get 12 equal doodahs. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Oh, that's as clear as mud.
I'm trying to get 12 axes.
Well done.
Which will actually be 13 axes, including the center points. But maths hurts my head. I've done it wrong. I'm going to do it the way I know how to do it, with a compass, because that's hurting my head.
Did you not just divide your indexing system by 12?
Well, that's... Yeah. Probably. But like I say, I don't do maths. Maths hurts my head. I was hoping that Ruby or Barbara were going to shout, no, you've got to do so many. And then it would have made me go, oh, yeah, obviously. I knew that. But no, they didn't, did they? No, they've made me look like a lollipop.
That wouldn't be hard now, in fairness.
And do you know why I'm called a lollipop? A lollipop? This is Robbie's
Got
joke.
any number of reasons.
No, this is Robbie's joke. Do you know why people are called lollipops?
Why?
Because they suck.
Oh, Lord. You need to teach that child some better jokes.
Gets them from me, I suppose.
Yep. Tell them all your duck joke.
The what joke?
Your duck joke.
I don't know. What duck joke?
The feathers.
I forgot it. It's been a long week already. It's only
What part
Tuesday.
of a duck has the most feathers? That one.
Oh, yeah. No, it's what side of the duck has the most feathers.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And it's actually turkey. It's a Thanksgiving joke. See, that's why you confuse
That's
me.
why I never tell jokes. I never remember them right.
What side of a turkey has the most feathers? The inside. I mean the outside.
Oh God.
Excuse me while I cough.
That went well.
So did anybody answer the indexing question, or are they all pretending that they don't know?
Yeah, divide your indexing system by 12, like I said.
Right, what's 36 divided by 12?
3. So put a mark on every third hole.
I'm still getting used to indexing anyway. I always used to use a compass. I only did indexing for the first time the other day. And it hurt my head then too.
But just lock your spindle, make a
I'm
line,
doing
and
it.
then
I'm doing it. I'm doing it now. Doing it now. It's okay. Thanks.
there's a million
Doing
lines.
it.
You want to rub off what's there.
One. I already did. That's what I was doing when I was telling the joke.
Oh.
Right, so threes. 1, 2, 3. Come on, lock. Lock? Lock! Good God. Why doesn't your lady listen to you when you talk to it? Okay. 1, 2, 3. Lock. This will tell us how good the Jet indexing system is. Because it will be Jet's fault, not mine, okay? 1, 2, 3. This is Barbara's favourite type of multi-axis, this. She loves circular type, don't you, Barbara? 1, 2, 3.
Seth has a joke almost as bad as yours.
Seth has a...
A joke almost as bad as yours.
Go on.
Do you know why one side of a flying V of geese is longer than the other?
No, why?
Because there's more geese on that side.
Oh, good Lord. Yeah, that is really, really bad.
Pretty shocking, Seth, in fairness.
Pretty shocking, yeah. Almost as bad as the what's pink and hard joke.
I should probably not answer that. I've had a bit of vodka.
A pig with a flick knife. Made you laugh.
Barbara's favourite type of attorney is art type and twisted.
Yeah, I know. I was only joking because Barbara did mention at her demonstration in Ireland that she wouldn't be keen on the circular type because there's very little that you can do with it. But I'm trying to prove her wrong.
Oh. Most women are never wrong. Do you not learn that yet?
I'm learning. Owie!
Indexing system's good, isn't it?
Don't know. Tell you in a minute if this line lines up when I get round here. Yeah, apparently it is. Let's just see how many we got now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Whoop, whoop. Damn
Oh,
it.
what do you know?
12.
Hello, Joe.
Hi, Joe. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And I've done 12 already. Okay. Now I've got to decide on how big I want to go the end. Hold tight while I try and remember where I put my compass. Où est le compass? Found it. So, when I'm turning this, what I've got to determine is where my biggest circle is going to be on here. Because if I come too far, too close to the outside, I'm only going to restrict myself to the size of circle that I have. And I'll show you that with my other piece that I have here. You can see that when I came to close to the outside here, my circle was very small. And when I came to closer to the center up this end, my circle was quite big. So that's what I need to work out, is how small and how big I'm going to go from end to end. Now it will vary as I move through the cylinder. That's what I found anyway the last time I did it. Now I've only done this one, folks, once, so bear with. I'm just working out what size my circle is going to be. Okay, I think I'm going to go to about there. So I'm going to close my compass up so it comes to the center, and then I'm going to draw a circle all the way around so that I know where my points are going to be. Barbara describes all this stuff way easier.
Way better, you mean?
It's like she knows what she's doing, you know? There we go. So that's where my points are going to be. And I've scratched that in the end so that it's nice and deep. And it will give me a little bit of a groove to get my point into. And now the next thing I need to do is I need to cross my lines across to each other through the center. So this one will go to this one. All this prep work is what takes time. And once you have it prepped, you can actually start doing a little bit of turning. And as long as it crosses through the center, you know you've got the opposite lines. That's it, those two. The good thing with this is I only have to do it 6 times this time. Three there. There. And this will give me my 12 points where my centres will go. I know there's no questions because they're all as confused as I am.
Why did my camera just go on?
Why did your camera just go on?
Uh-huh.
Maybe my mouse just decided that it wanted you to go on. That's Bluetooth for you. That's why these cars that drive themselves are running kids over. Because humans designed them. So all this is doing is it's giving me equal references to put my live and drive centers in. And I'm going to pre-punch the holes because as this piece gets weaker, as I take away the wood, I don't want to be trying to push new holes into the ends. I want the grip to already be there. Okay, that's me, I think. No, one more here. Okay, cool.
You've got two
Now
lines that look very close together. Is that a mistake? Or?
that here, is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that would have been the original cross hatch. It
All
didn't
right, all
line
right.
up, so but I know where my 12 points are. Okay, so now I need to go number 1 at the headstock.
Number 2 at the tailstock. I know. Me.
Leona knows.
I listened.
She listened the last time I messed it up.
No, I listened to Barbara's demo.
Oh, yeah.
Hello, Doug.
Hello, Doug. 1 to 2. And don't forget, do the little wiggle, as Barbara says. 1 to 2. That was actually 11. Let's try that again. 1 to 2.
What would that do? Would that just make the spiral go the other way?
It would make the spiral a lot more acute than I wanted it to be.
Oh, okay.
It just puts it to the opposite sides rather than. I mean, it doesn't matter because I'm punching holes. I could just go 1 to 1, 2
Also,
to 2.
yeah, sorry, your camera's arseways. We're just looking at your nest of hair.
My ball patch, I mean. You can say it. It's okay.
Kind.
Why would you be kind when you're live? You're not
I'm
kind when you're
kind.
not.
Always kind.
2 to 3.
Barbara says, so these are twisted axes.
Twisted circular type. I think I said that at the beginning, and then you confused me by saying, is it parallel? Three to 4. Why is my arm straight? It's because I've got it on the tool rest. That's what it is. I'm putting it on the nerve of the tool rest, and it's making my arm go. We did 3 to 4. Now we're going to do 4 to 5. 4 to 5. And 5 to 6. Clickety click.
It really is a nice bit of wood.
It'd be a shame to mess it up, wouldn't it?
Don't fuck it up. Oh, I can't curse them out loud. Oops.
Now you're seeing the real Leona.
I'm Irish, I swear. Get over it.
Potty mouth Leona.
Doug Polbarn says hello. Hey, Doug.
Hey, Doug. Long
There's
time no
somebody-
speaky. 7 to 8. Now, this is a lot of axes.
Oh, Christina Michael said hello too. Didn't
Hi,
see them.
Christina
Okay.
Michael. 8 to 9. All these people we haven't spoken to for a long time. 9 to 10.
Can I make this chat bigger? I swear to God, I'm going blind.
You can make it. You can pop it out. You can pop it out and then expand it as big as you want.
No, it still makes the writing small. No, don't mind me. I'll figure it out. Oh.
So fussy. 10 to 11. Done 11 already. When I make a mistake. 11 to 12. Has anybody fallen asleep yet?
Nearly.
Gets better, honest.
You need to blue peter that and have one you made earlier.
Well, yeah. But then people don't get to see the whole experience.
The wonderful, wonderful.
Okay, so that's all my holes.
Yeah.
Don't you know? Oh no, I didn't do because I missed. Yes. There we go. We're going to go 1 to 2. Just like that.
Okay, so Barbara has a few questions.
I bet she has.
We all have a few questions, Barbara. She says, so, did you turn a circle on each end? And are these axes the same distance from the center?
They are going to be the same distance from the center. Yes.
Did you turn a circle on each end?
I didn't turn a circle on each end, no.
And how close are they to the center?
They are half an inch from the center.
That's an exact measurement, is it?
No, it's a guesstimate.
Thought so.
But I can give you an exact. Stupid.
Did you just sigh at me? Don't sigh at me.
Making me measure stuff. And they are 12 mil, which is
12 mil.
3/8, I think, from the center.
So you're wrong then.
Okay, so now I'm going to start turning. Oh, I hate you sometimes.
Oh, you don't. You love me. I'm great.
I'm going to get my friend Richard to earworm.
Are you very, 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 very best friend?
Yeah, with wood.
Go ask him.
No, you say no. Okay, so we're going to start turning. Now, I'm going to use my parting tool to start with because
You're weird.
I learnt that the last time. We're going to turn the volume right down on the lathe and start slow.
Volume.
Volume, yeah. And we're going to turn it up until it starts giving a bit of a wobble. It shouldn't wobble too much. This lathe should handle it.
Bit uneven, that spindle.
This is Barbara's favourite bit, when the wood starts dancing. It turns into a ballerina.
Oh, Barbara said, can you just show us what the ends look like? But I guess it's too late now.
Of course. Anything for you, Barbara. Anything for you. Oh, I'm glad I took that off now, Barbara, because I've missed a hole.
Missed one.
Which one did I miss? I missed number 4. Let me just fix it first before... I can't see now because I've got my glasses back on.
Down a bit.
Barbara's a troublemaker.
Well, if she hadn't asked, you wouldn't have missed that hole, so...
That's
Thank
true.
you, Barbara.
Thank you, Barbara, I suppose.
Good boy. I bet you Barbara knew you'd missed one. I was getting you to check.
Do you know what? Why can you never put your hat down without it falling somewhere?
Because you don't have a hook on your wall to hang it on.
Oh, yeah. Three to 4. I missed 3 to 4, Barbara. How did I miss 3 to 4?
Probably someone yapping in your ear, annoying you.
Probably. There you go. That's what the end looks like. I've missed another one too.
Yeah, they don't look very even up there. I was just going to say it.
What the heck?
Was that 10 to 11?
What the heck's going on? What number's that? That's... Oh, yes. I know what I did wrong. I can see now. I can see it clearly. When I took it off originally, you know, when I went 1 to 11, I took it off and I spun it round. There we go. So there you go, Barbara. That's what it looks like. It looks proper now. And it's the same both ends, honest. It's just that it looks a bit messed up because of all the because of all the drive center thingies. But that's the... There you go.
Robbie,
okay, Barbara. Okay, Barbara, tell me what I've done wrong. What did you say? Sorry, Leona.
Rob of the Working Lathe says hello.
What up, Rob of the Skew Learning Master?
So Barbara says, oh, I just wanted to see if the axes were closer to the center than the outside, and they are. If they weren't, then there are higher chances of this breaking. But Steve knows all of that.
Yes, I did try and explain that at the beginning. But I explained it really badly. But I've got to learn. I've got to learn from the master. Okay, here we go. So I'm going to start off by just cutting a parting tool cut.
Can you go overhead camera before you start?
Yes, of course I can.
Thank you.
That's the kind of guy I am. I'm just trying to get me hat to actually stay on my head. There we go. So we're turning.
Head, in fairness.
We're turning. I'm going to ignore that one. I'm turning at just under 900. And I'm not going to go right to the very end because I'm not sure what I'm going to do with the ends yet. So I'm going to start around about there.
Rob asks, what are you making?
I'm making, hopefully, a multi-axis twisted candlestick. I've never made a candlestick in my life because I think they're kind of a... Well, they're here in Ireland anyway. You'd never... Have you ever seen one for sale anywhere in Ireland?
I wasn't really listening. What for sale?
Have you ever seen kind of candlesticks, like long candlesticks for sale in Ireland anymore?
Not really, no.
Not really, no. So I'm just cutting right down to the solid wood. That's what I'm going to do. So I've got a disc. And I want to just get it so that it's just starting to cut the other side so that I have a solid circle. My throat still isn't back to perfect. And it should be about there. There we go. So now I've got my my circle. The reason why I'm doing the parting tool, and I'll tell you why I'm using the parting tool, is because I want each of these discs to be the same size. And if I use the parting tool, I'm going to cut the same size slot each time, and then I'm going to work to that. Now, I think on this one, I cut 3 widths of the parting tool, and then I turned them into a bead. So I'm gonna do what I did the last time. So we're going to go 3 widths of the parting tool. No, we're not. We're going to go with 2, and then I'm going to cut a bead. Turn it
Hello,
into a bead.
Lucy.
Hello, who? Sorry.
Lucy.
Hello, Lucy.
And Rob says you need to update your website.
Do I?
I think that was for you.
Why do I need to update my website? I don't have a website. I've only got my Creative Van website, and that is up to date.
Oh, you know Rob now, he's a bit mad.
He is a bit nuts, all right. There we go. So we've gone too deep. What I'm trying to do is I'm trying to make myself enough room. This is where I start going in with my gouge. I'm only going now. This is the second time I've done well, it's actually the third. I blew the last one up, but this is only the second time I've done this, so I'm learning as I go with this kind of design that I'm trying to do. Now I'm going to come in and I'm going to start cutting a V cut towards the edges of this and make myself a little bit more room.
Rob says you need to update your website for selling stuff.
For sending stuff.
Yeah, sell your stuff.
For selling my stuff. Can't remember the last time I sold something. Well, I can actually. I sold something on TikTok the other day. So there we go. So I can get my gouge in there now, and now I'm going to start forming a bead at the bottom of this. And I went too far over with that. Catching my wing on the outside. That's all right. I'm not damaging my bead. Don't think I've damaged my bead anyway. Nope.
Lucy has a question.
Yes, Lucy.
She's trying to place your accent. Where are you from originally?
Okay, I'm going to let you. Anybody in the chat that knows.
Too late, Rob just answered.
Rob, you big spoil sport.
And then Wurzel answered.
There we go. That's my first bead there. So now what I do, excuse me, is I go from 2 to 3, change my axes.
I have a question.
Yes, Leona.
Could you
No.
just go in with your parting tool till you get a circle on each axis just to start, and then go back to the start again and shape them? Or would that mess up
You
the
you
strength of
you
the wood?
could, but yeah, you're weakening the wood.
But would it not be
Um,
easier that way to see what you're doing? No.
but they're not all going to be in line. They're all going to be twisting that way. When you cut in, all your circles are going to be in a different orientation, and it's going to
Yeah,
be a
but
bit
would it not help you see what you're doing?
confusing.
No.
No, because what I want to do is I want to make sure that my next bead is going to come right up next to this one.
Oh yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, yeah.
And if I cut all my slots, they might run out of
Yeah.
line, and I won't
Gotcha.
be able to know. I won't know where I am.
Yeah.
I think that makes sense.
Yep.
Did in my head anyway.
Didn't mind, which was more worrying.
Now there are probably other ways of doing this. So I've just changed that, by the way, from 1 to 2, and I've gone 2 to 3. So 2 at the headstock, 3 at the tailstock. And I'm going to cut again, straight down, and I'm looking at the side of the bead that I've just made. And I want to bring my parting tool down to the edge of it. And I'm going to keep stopping and starting. And again, I want to go to solid wood. Now, because this is on the angle, because we're higher this end and lower this end, obviously my cuts that I'm cutting are angled too. So I have to be aware of that too. And I'm going too wide again. And the reason why I'm going too wide, it gives me a chance to stay away from that bead and find solid wood again. And then I can sneak up to the edge of it. See, I'm almost at solid wood again.
Be back in a sec, okay?
Okay. Okay, so we're just at solid wood again there. Just starting to scrape the back edge here. And now I'm going to take away this edge and just sneak up to the edge of this bead. And try and get the transition as best I can. Now, sometimes I found with the last one I did, I had to swap backwards and forwards to for the transition from bead to bead. That's pretty good. I'll go with just a tiny little bit more to the left. And I'm just eyeing up, trying to get the beads to be roughly the same size. I think that's pretty good. I could actually go a little bit more because of the angle that we're going at. There we go. That'll give me the room I need. And again, I'm going to start forming my bead again now. So I make myself a bit of room this side. I don't want to take too much away because I don't want to start cutting into where I'm going to be going with my parting tool for the next one. Just to the edge, so I've got enough room to start forming this bead. Now this is where it can get a bit sketchy because you're cutting into the side of the other bead or just going up to it. Now I can't see the chat at the moment, so if you have questions, if you can just hold them until Leona comes back. I'm just going to sharpen this gouge. Bear with me a second. Excuse me. There's a little bit of messing about with the Pro Edge sharpening jig because you have to take the flat plate off before you can use the gouge jig. There we go. Okay, we should be a bit sharper now getting into here. Oh, that's better already. Okay, that's cut into there. Just want to get my bead even. That's okay. So we've got two pretty even beads there. Nice cut into the side where the beads meet. Now I'll probably have to come in just at the edge here with sandpaper at the end and clean it up a little bit, but you always get that with multi-axis anyway. Any questions while you're away?
Oh, Alex has a video on how to get rid of that heart on his YouTube. We'll look at that.
Okay.
Alex, thank you.
Thanks, Alex. I'll look. I'm sorry about that heart if it's annoying people. I've been away from YouTube a long time, and there's been a lot of additions added to it since, and that's better. It just cleaned up that little edge there. All right, so we've done one.
My day.
Pardon?
There was no heart in my day.
There was no heart in my day. No, there's only thumbs downs. 1 to 2, 2 to 3. I've got to go to 3 to 4 now. Couldn't resist, sorry. I'm so bold.
Okay, Doug has put in a description of how to do it, so I'm just writing that down.
Thank you, Doug. All right, so we're 3 to 4 now. Not putting too much pressure. We're using the same holes that we originally put up this end to drive it. And again, we're going to go again with the parting tool. Put a cut down.
Doug says now he wants to make a crankshaft and a camshaft for a wooden engine. That would be good. Could make a whole wooden car. That'd be deadly.
It's been done.
Well,
I've seen a whole wooden engine done, and it works. It works in compressed air, but it works. It's really cool. I just started getting some wobble there, so I've just turned the speed down a little bit. As you move up, the orientation of the wood you can't always stay at the same speed. You've always got to adjust your speed to suit the wobble. Just check that I'm not cutting into my bead there. And now I shall go my second width. So I'm always sticking to too wide on the parting tool to give myself clearance. And again, with this one, I'll keep going until I find the solid wood, because there's no chance of me going up the side of the original bead. and then I'll sneak up on the side of the bead and say boo. There we go. So we've got solid wood there again, and now I can start working my way to the side of the last bead. Like that. That's good. Tiny little bit more. There we go. And again, I'm going to cut my V, give myself some room, and it's just repeat. And I'm hoping that with the length of this, we should get quite a good spiral. I don't know, am I wrong? But is Barbara still there?
Barbara has just said it looks a bit different to me than the piece I thought you were going to make. I'm the same. It looks like more like you've started at the top rather than the bottom.
That's the same as I did with the last one. Yeah. Now the only difference I've done is I'm doing beads rather than this was more like more angled flying saucers, but I'm going with beads on this one. There's a reason I'm going for beads on this one, because of the idea I have for the stand. I don't want to give too much away with these, because just in case these get judged at our local club, and if I give too much of what it's going to look like, the finished product looks like, it might be biased with whoever's judging it. I'm not sure who's going to be judging it next time. Sometimes it's demonstrators and sometimes it's actually club members. So, but the idea that I have for a base for this is why I'm sticking with beads.
Interesting.
Now, there's nothing to say that it won't change.
I think I do like the disc design better, though.
I do as well. But there's nothing stopping me from doing that later on. I could
back again.
I could go back again and turn it into that.
This is more like your coins on the barrels.
It kind of is, but it's just the way that it twists is what I'm trying to achieve. Okay. Because I'm hoping that if this twists enough and I make a second, that they won't actually intertwine, but they'll work nicely together. It's really hard to describe my end goal without sounding like a pleb, to be honest with you.
Brent Hamilton says, "Hey Steve, great to see you on YouTube."
Who said that?
Brent Hamilton.
Hi Brent, thank you very much. So that's our third disc. Just got to clean the
3 big fat thumbs ups.
Who?
Barbara.
Ah, thanks Barbara. There we go, that cleaned that fuzzy off. These are actually cutting quite nicely. There's going to be minimal sanding. Now you'll always get these like little fuzzies that you've got to go back and get, but the main thing is seeing how this twists. I'm hoping that should, if I'm doing this right, aren't I right in thinking, Barbara, that this should spiral? It should be like a corkscrew all the way along. That's what I'm thinking, because it will eventually come back to number one again, yeah, and then go again. So it should, in my mind, be like a spiral, like a corkscrew.
You got to go around twice.
It should go around twice because of the length.
Yeah. Or 3 or 2.5.
Or yeah, more than twice anyway. But yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Okay, so that is 3 to 4. I'm going 4 to 5 now.
Yes, Rob, it's Spotted Beach.
Not as spotted as the last piece of beach. I can show you the last piece of
Rotten
beach that I
Beach.
tried. This was rotten beach the last time I tried. See all the sporting and how punky it is here. This was the last one I tried, and it just went bing.
Obviously, the last person who gave you that wasn't your very, very, very best friend.
Yeah, they set me up for fail. The person that gave me
Yeah.
that bit. Yeah, it was the same person actually.
Rob says, or sorry, Jeff says, I think you should have stacks of 12.
Stacks of well, yeah,
Oh, yeah,
yeah,
yeah, that makes sense.
yeah. That will make sense. Yes. So we can work it out how many times it's going to go. So that's 3, 6, 9,
A bit more.
12. So we're going to go probably
I think a
1,
finger width more.
2. Yeah, it's going to go about 3 times. It should do roughly, just under 3 times maybe. Is anybody else's head hurting?
No, I'm actually following it for which is really weird. Brent says Steve would be the guy to turn that wooden crank and camshaft for an open wood motor. No, Brent, Doug's going to do that. He's going to put a video up next week, he said.
Yeah, but Doug's is going to be resin.
Barbara says it could also be done as parallel axes as well. 1 to 1 and 2. 1 to 1 to 2 and on. Either way works. 1.
Yes. Yeah, I understand what you mean. Yeah, so it will still twist, but the thing is that with this one, it's almost going up like a staircase when you twist, when you put it on twisted, it puts more of a spiral into it. I think. I don't know. Like I say, I'm still new to all this. I'm still just a wee puppy when it comes to multi-axis. I'm just a whippersnapper. A lot of stopping and starting to make sure that you're keeping the discs the same size.
Hello, Daniel.
Hello, Daniel.
He says that's a funny looking staircase.
It's a round staircase. It's a spiral staircase.
Brand.
Round.
Jeff says, wow, I got something right.
And everything. There we go. So that is same size again. And let's clear a bit of the side away again.
How are the markets going for you, Jeff? Mine have been a bit meh.
That's a technical Irish term, everybody.
Yeah, meh.
Leona got rained on inside. That takes some doing.
Oh God, you couldn't make it up.
Leona has some awesome drunk snowmen for sale if anyone wants to buy one.
What you're going to say there?
They're absolutely fantastic. You should check out her Facebook page.
I don't think they are because I've only sold 3.
And you should order one. Yeah, but we're talking market goers in Ireland.
Yeah, well, I don't sell to other wood turners, sorry.
Bet you would if they offered you the right money.
Nope. They can either have them for free or they can turn it themselves. Hello, Chris.
Hi, Chris. Which Chris?
Chris Charlton.
Hi, Chris.
1033.
So I've got still trying to just take away a little bit of a excess bit of wood at the side here. There we go. I think that got it. There you go. See, when you get down to the joint between the two and you manage to get right in there, the little bit that's fuzzy peels away, and you'll be able to kind of just sand that away later on when you get to the sanding stage. I'm trying to get my beads to all look the same, nice and even. There we go. Okay, that's number 4. It's kind of looking the same. We're getting there. I'll just demonstrate. Just you see, I've got an. Is that showing? You can't really
Yep.
see there. Can you see the extra little bit of wood there? Let me see if I can. See this little bit of wood that I can't quite get. There's one there and one there. Now I could get that if I was to put it back and go backwards and cut back down this bead and take it away, but it's just as easy just to take a bit of sandpaper and just round that off like this, and you can take that away with the sandpaper.
So you making all these discs the same size, or are you tapering them down like your sample? Or
so the reason why my sample one, the discs, got bigger as it went along was because I think I jumped 2. I think I went 1 to 3, 3
okay.
to 4. I think I went that way, and for some reason the discs got bigger. It confused me.
So you started at the small end and went upwards.
No, I did exactly the same as this, but as I made my way, Barbara might be able to explain why it happened. As I got to my headstock, the discs started getting bigger.
Huh. Oh, because your numbers are closer together. If you went 1 to 3, 3 to 5. So as you went back to, you were getting back upon yourself. Do you know what I mean? You're coming back on yourself. Your numbers are getting closer together as you go around.
No, I'm not sure that's how it worked. I've got a funny feeling actually with this one. I used 2 points. Yeah, I think I did. I think I stayed on center for some of them and I went across for others. That's probably what I did.
So you've no way of replicating that now, no?
I can replicate it by putting it back on the lathe, and I've still got my numbers here, around here.
Oh, okay.
So I can replicate it by putting it back on the lathe and orientating it where it was. The reason why this is like this at this end is because when I finished it, I was going to carve a Tasmanian devil and put it on the top. So I cut the top off, and then I thought, why did I do that? Now I've got no top points of reference.
You can keep the little bit, no? Stick it back on.
No, that is burnt a long time ago. It's all right. I'll find out how to do it again. Right, so that's that one. We're on 5 there. We're 4 here. So we're going to go 5 to 6 now. My eyesight, my poor eyesight. 5 to 6. Not too much pressure, using the same slots in the drive center as I did before. And away we go again.
Bar says it's because of the twist.
Because of the twist. Yeah, I think that's what I did. I think I used... No, because it was definitely 13 axes I used on that. I didn't do any more. I didn't go further in, so I'm not sure what I did, to be honest with you. But I'll work it out.
You count the axes, or you just counting how many different discs there are, and that tells you how many axes there were.
No, so it's how many points you're marking at the end.
But when you look at that piece you already did, and you want to know how many axes there were, do you count how many discs there are, or do you count what points are still?
No, not necessarily positions. But yeah, I mean, sometimes it's hard to know how many axes you did once you've taken the ends off. That's why all Barbara's practice pieces, she keeps both ends, and I didn't with this one. I was silly Billy.
But would the number of discs not tell you how many axes there were?
But it was. I know that this was 13 axes, but it's where the axes were that makes the difference. The size of the circle that you put at the end.
Okay, so there's 11 discs, but you know there's 13 axes. So how does that work?
11.
Yeah.
11, 12,
oh.
13.
Yeah, so the number of discs makes the number of axes, no?
If you do that number of axes, I mean, you don't necessarily do that amount. You just, it depends on where you orientate it.
But you wouldn't turn it to axes without turning something.
But I might have missed one disc when I turned it, or not bothered because it didn't fit, or depending on the size of it.
Yeah. Okay.
Or gone back to the same one, or flipped it. You know, yeah, it depends on where you're orientating it on the lathe and which points you're using. I've got some up there that are 6 axes, and I've only used 5 of them because the 6th one I would have cut the wood in half, or it would have broke.
Yeah, like 1 and 8 on that look the same, so we'll go back to the same axes too, I suppose.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. If I was to put that on the lathe again now, what I'll do is I'll put a block of wood on where I've cut it in line with this one. Do you know, I'll work out where it was. I'll set it up, and then I'll orientate it in a way that all these discs are running even.
Yeah.
And then I'll be able to know how I orientated it. I've got an idea how I did it, but doing that on these candlesticks that I'm doing wouldn't work out with my end goal.
Okay.
Because it would be too... Yes.
Add twisted axes as it travels from the headstock to the tailstock creates a different radius. The radius determines the size of the disc. So add twisted axes as it travels from the headstock to the tailstock creates a different radius. The radius determines the size of the disc.
Okay.
Add twisted axes. I don't get that. Add twisted axes as it travels from the headstock to the tailstock creates a different radius. I don't really get that.
Add the twisted...
Add twisted axes as it travels from the headstock to the tailstock creates a different radius. The radius determines the size of the disc.
Yeah, so I think how I got that one is that I did 13 axes, but I think I stayed on the center on one end. I think that's how it happened. I don't think I went 1 to 2, 2 to 3. I think I went center to 1, center to 2, center to 3.
So Mike says it's more off center at the headstock end.
Yeah, it's more exaggerated at the moment. Yeah, I mean, we might find as I come closer to the headstock. Let me change this again. Sorry.
I actually thought it was the opposite. I thought it was more off at the light center end.
Ooh. Sorry, 1 second. Oh, that was almost a bad evening.
What did you do?
I have my camera set up here, but I have things that I've made above this camera setup on a shelf, and I swung this round and it hit on one of the glass pieces I made, and the glass piece started rocking off the edge of the shelf.
Yeah.
And it's a piece that I really like. Now, that should be set. Yeah, we're there now. Now I'm going to sneak up again on this one.
So Barbara says, I think on the piece you're holding, you had one axis on the end of the disc, the large and mini axis on the other end.
Yes. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, Barbara. I think I went center to 1, center to 2, center to 3. So I kept it on the center on the headstock, and I offset it on the tailstock. But I kept the same offset on the tailstock, but kept it in the center on the headstock. I think that's what I possibly did, and I will experiment with that again.
Yeah, so Barbara agrees. She says on the left end of that piece, I think you have the center axis.
Correct. Yeah. Which I could actually, I mean, there's nothing stopping me from doing that halfway up this and really exaggerating it halfway up. Might look cool. But we'll see. I'm going to keep going like this with this one. And I have 4 pieces this size, so I have got room for error and adjustment.
Yeah, but you need to be able to make 2 of them, so you've got to remember where you adjust.
Exactly. That's the reason why I'm doing what I'm doing here, the rinse and repeat, is so that I know how I did it for when I do the second one. But if I was to change it, what I'd do is I'd count the amount of discs I went along.
Yeah.
I'll write it down, and then I'll know when I changed it.
Did you ever get the whiteboard I told you to get above your lathe?
Yeah, it's over there. It's got a load of pieces stand on the top of it.
Yeah. It's very handy, that whiteboard. I love my whiteboard.
Yeah, but you're organised, and I'm a bloke.
I'm not really organised. I just have a crappy memory, so I have to write shit down. That's all.
Yeah, but I have a crappy memory as well. But I'm a bloke.
Hello, JJ.
Blokes.
Yes,
that's Hi,
me.
JJ.
I'm sorry.
Oh, you recognised him this time.
There's no need for that. Just, he could put JJ in his name, that's all I'm saying.
JJ, that is Leona that you can hear. She looks like this. Leona looks like this. Say hello.
Hello, sorry, I was poking my fire. Hello. You can get rid of
That's
now.
Leona. Just in case people didn't know what Leona looked like, that's Leona. Excuse me while I cough in your ears.
I don't know when the fuck you'll do that.
And Leona has some very nice language. She's a real proper. She's a real proper Irish lady.
It's okay,
so she is.
JJ swore too because I had to approve it. Mike says, cut the side off a fridge for a cheap whiteboard. Fridges are available from any reputable council estate.
I have a fridge, but it's black.
Yeah, we have a posh fridge. Council estate fridges are white. Also, I've just turned off my camera, so you can't do that again.
Most council estate fridges that I've seen on estates are actually burnt out.
You were probably the one burning them out.
No. Right, there you go. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Makes sense because we're 5 to 6. Now we want to go 6 to 7. Six to 7. So as we come round here, this is where we've got to be particularly careful, because this is where the wood's going to really spring. This is where those holes that I pre-punched are very important. There we go. And again, come in here till we get solid wood.
Alex says Luton's a rough place.
You're telling me.
Rob lost his chat for a bit.
Luton didn't used to be rough. Luton used to be a lovely place to live. But unfortunately it is no longer. There was a post that was posted from Luton on TikTok, and it was basically a guy getting out of a taxi. He just steps out of a taxi and someone walks over to him and punches him. And I just commented underneath it, and that's exactly why I left Luton in 1999 and never came back. Not thinking that it would actually get something like 6.2 million views, and that my comment would not only get many thousands of thumbs ups, but also slagged. Oh, I did get called some awful names.
You never.
Oh dear.
Mike says that would make a good hungry caterpillar.
Yeah, very hungry caterpillar.
Oh, you got to turn a hungry caterpillar. That'd be cool.
Oh, don't give me more ideas. Got to go just a little bit wider with that one.
That's why another reason why you need a whiteboard to write down the ideas.
That's what you're there for, to write down the ideas for me.
Yeah, I'm too busy drinking and eating, sorry.
Oh yeah. Hydrate, Steve. Yeah. Not that you can call Coke hydration, but this channel is not sponsored by Coca-Cola. I am not endorsed in any way. I think that covers me, doesn't it?
You're not showing it, so it's okay.
Yeah, but I mentioned it.
Cola beverage.
Okay, so this is the same size. So now again, we're going to just do a V cut to give myself some room so that I can get in and do the bead. And again, now you have very little room to form your bead here like this, but it's the easiest way I've found to do it. And you don't have to make it beads, as I said earlier. You can turn them into the flying saucers if you want. it is more of a dramatic look when they're flying saucers. And I'm almost going at 90 degrees. I'm really closing the flute when I'm going into the edges of those beads. So you have to be very, very, very careful that you don't. I mean, this has no wings on it. It's swept right back. Don't go in there with a gouge that has wings that will rip your piece apart. I think actually I just need to make that bead a little bit big. There we go. Those of us that do quite a considerable amount of multi-axis find out exactly what kind of damage wings do sometimes. There we go. That's number 6. Okay, 7 to 8. Did we lose Leona?
No. JJ asks,
Oh.
can you give a close-up of the tip of that gouge, please?
Yes, absolutely, JJ. Let me clean it a bit for you so you can actually see it. Has absolutely no wings on it at all. It's really swept right back. And I've almost got it almost kind of hooked at the top. And I love this gouge.
How do you do that on the Pro Edge?
On the Pro Edge, I can show you how I do it on the Pro Edge if you like.
Yes, please.
Excuse the mess of my bench. I am not sponsored by Coca-Cola. I have a plate here. Everybody that knows the Pro Edge knows that you can get a plate that has 4 settings. I've got it screwed to the bench, so I'm not going to take it off. You have 4 settings. I've set this to 40 degrees. So basically I'll put this. Now this is getting quite short, this gouge. So I will put this right into my jig. This pretty much goes as far as I can get it on this now. And I tighten it up. And I put it into the second hole.
What is that on your jig, on your plate, though? 4
Sorry?
to 5. What protrusion is that on your jig, on the plate?
On the plate that's on the desk?
Yeah.
So I'm going to 40, so it's 40 degrees basically that I'm set to. So you've got 4 settings. You've got 35, 40, 45 and 50, and I go to 40. So I set my jig at 40 from here to here. Oh, where are we? From the end of my tool to the side of my jig. That's that is 40 on the Pro Edge plate that you have. Okay.
On the Tormac, you've got 55, 65, 75.
Well, you don't on the Pro Edge.
You've got what? 45, 65?
So I've got 35, 40, 45, 50.
Oh, okay.
I then use, I have the 3-hole jig for this.
Hmm.
It comes with the 2-hole, but you can buy this as an extra. And I use the second hole. I put it onto my Pro Edge, and that is perfect for doing my grind. Now,
But do you
a lot
have
of
to
people,
tilt that Pro Edge belt to a certain angle as well?
no, it goes right round to that wing.
No matter what way you have that belt tilted, it does the same.
Well, I mean, to be honest with you, I have it tilted up quite upright. It's not directly upright, but I suppose if it was directly upright, I'd get even more of a swing on it. But I have it up enough for what I need.
But you'll get the same angle no matter what way that belt is tilted, will you? I can't remember.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
The only difference it gives you more room off of the tool, like that you're not banging into the machinery at the bottom.
Yeah. Okay.
But that's pretty. I may as well sharpen this while I'm here now. And that's that. Hope that helps and stuff. Did I just change this? Yes, I did. Okay, here we go. Number 7. We got further than we did last time anyway, Leona. Whoop, whoop.
Yep. Well done.
Famous last words. That's almost saying one more cut. Almost as bad as saying one more cut. A little bit more on this one.
Alex says it's the same grind as he has on his from those settings.
Okay, cool. Yeah, and obviously if you use this gouge here is the same grind. This gouge is the same grind. It's 40 degrees, but I put it into the first hole. I don't go to the center hole. I put it to the one closest to the machine, and it gives you a rounded off edge, more of a factory edge, still with no real wings sticking out, but this is really nice for shaping. But it's the same grind. It all depends on which hole you use on the setting. There's a lot of people, Leona, that don't get on with the Pro Edge. I've always got on with the. I've
Got
always
on with
got
it
on
just
with
fine. It's just a load of shit.
it. Okay.
Pretty much.
Excuse me. Excuse me. I saw your skew. I saw what you did to your skew. The poor thing never deserved that, having done to it.
That's the Pro Edge for you, load of shit. You should see my
Yeah,
skew
yeah.
now off a Tormec. You can do
My
your makeup in it.
my skews are fine.
Your skews are half melted from the heat of that Pro Edge.
Not going there.
You started it.
Yeah, it kind of did.
Bitchy McBitcherson.
Now you can all hear what I have in my ear every week, can't you? And
Yeah,
you,
they're all jealous because it's lovely.
I hope you're feeling sorry for me, everybody. You always know when I'm on a dodgy bit, I go quiet. Oh, are you typing by any chance?
No. Alex says, love the
70,000
Pro
words a
Edge
minute.
means I can get, love the Pro Edge means I can get the same grind on each tool I grinded to and right then onto the tool.
Yeah, I mean,
said, yeah,
it's
same with the Tormec, except better.
it's like anything.
Like a Tormec, but not as good.
It's like anything. Everybody prefers the tool that works
Tormec.
best for them. I think the owner's trying to get a sponsorship. 8 to 9.
No, I just think anyone should get a Tormec above a Pro Edge any day. Pro Edge is shit. So bad.
Okay, yeah. I own one. It's my channel. I'm not saying bad things about my sharpening system. I'm sorry. I like my Pro Edge, actually. Wow, she's got right in one. Don't start on the sharpening systems, folks. She gets right grotty.
I'm off now. Too late. I'm off. There's typing.
Oh, she's got the sledgehammer to the keyboard again.
Seth says, does they only enjoy the Tormec? I can't quite tell. I like that it doesn't eat my fucking tools, which is a bonus. And then Rob throws in a spanner. I use the CBN wheel myself.
Oh. It's a completely different way of turning too when you've got a hollow grind and a flat grind too. Some people just don't get on with a flat grind and some just don't get on with a hollow grind too.
I don't think there's any difference. Alex says it makes a change from easy wood tools and Yorkshire grit being pushed. I'm with you, Steve. Now Alex will be causing trouble.
Yeah, we won't go there, Alex. Ruby will get upset with you. There's only one sanding paste that anybody should buy, and that's that Canadian stuff.
Superior grit. Whoop whoop.
Superior, man. It's superior.
That's exactly what it says in the tin. Superiorly.
Really.
Shut up, no one noticed.
Rosages.
I'm going to mute now.
Oh, please don't. Ooh, got a bit sketchy there. Hands up who's bored. I can nearly feel Leona's hand go up there, and I'm not even looking at the screen.
You know me too well.
I'm sorry, it's not a bowl.
Oh, no, there's no need for that. I don't understand bowls. Brent says Brad's is the only sanding paste, Steve. Well, if Brad would ship anywhere outside of America, we'd all know that.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Needs an Irish distributor. That's
Oh,
actually looking
that's
really
so
cool.
funny.
I'm liking that. I'm really liking that spiral.
Yeah, it's all right.
You see, this is why I have Leona supporting me. She gives me so much encouragement.
And now you know why I'm muted.
Leona, what numbers am I on?
7 to 8.
No, that was 8 to 9.
I suppose. It was a good guess, though. I tuned out about 3 to 4, so.
I found it. 9 to 10. So now we're getting really thin here. Getting really, really thin all the way along this wood. We've lost all our bulk, so we do really have to be careful with the amount of pressure we put between the two pieces, because it will spring and it will do two things. If I spring it too much this way, I'll start misshaping my beads and they won't match. And two, it will put pressure on it and it could snap. Even the centrifugal force of the lathe spinning with the pressure could just rip it apart.
Oh, your very, 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 very best friend has just said hello.
Hi, very, 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 very best friend. Is it Richard?
It's Richard.
Oh, hi, Richard. Richard's got really nice wood.
Between you and Richard, you don't need to know.
I'm just going to pause 1 second.
Brent says it looks like a random stack of aluminum slugs.
Our slugs are kind of made of fleshy stuff and they're all slippery and slidey. They're certainly not aluminum. Aluminium. Aluminium. Always freaks me out. Does anybody else get freaked out when they're, even though you've got your tailstock locked down, when the wheel does a little spin at the end, it kind of drops down because it's not super tight? It's weird. It freaks me out, especially when I'm doing this stuff. Just in the corner of your eye, you see the wheel just do a little twist or a little move.
Even if you have it locked?
Yeah, even if you have it locked.
Oh, never noticed that. Bye, Seth. Good night.
See you, Seth. Thanks for watching.
He says it's good to finally see and hear me. See, he likes hearing me.
We'll give it a couple of weeks, Seth. That'll soon change.
This was your idea, by the way.
It was your idea. You're such a liar.
It was my idea to go on camera, not on ear.
Absolutely no chance I would have forced you to go in front of the camera ever.
Yeah, my idea was camera turning, not talking out loud.
You're doing a very good job, Leona. I'm just delighted that everybody else can hear what I have to put up with. Making that one just a tiny bit wider because it just looked a little bit small. There we go. Okay. Starts really messing with your eyes when your actual profile starts showing and it's spinning. It starts really messing with your eyes. You can see that the way that's dancing. Okay. Ooh. Easy, Tiger. There we go. So we're going right in tight there. And like I said before, I'm practically at 90 degrees once I come round to the edge of that bead, because I want to get that point right in where the two beads meet to get a nice crisp cut. There we go. Cool. I'm getting the hang of this now, Barbara. I feel like I'm all alone now. It's gone very quiet. Feels like everybody left me. Okay. 9 to 10. We're going 10 to 11. It's actually 10 past 11. 10 to 11. Now I can actually feel that springing as I'm tightening it up now. So I want to make sure that I'm in to the slots that I was in before. I did put that on 10, did I? I did. Second guess myself there for a second.
So Barbara has to go. She says good night.
Good night, Barbara. Thanks for dropping in and watching. I'll send you pictures of the finished thing if I manage to get there without it. I mean, I won't be finishing this tonight. I'll only be on for probably another 10 minutes, and I'll call it a night because I'm working tomorrow as well. But I will post on social media and that how this is coming on, but I won't be, if it does end up how I want it to look, I will not be posting the finished piece until after it's been judged at my club.
Alex says you need an interactive earworm to add to the entertainment. Maybe your very, 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 very best friend could do that for you.
An interactive earworm. Well, I mean, if you want, Leona could always stick a bit of wood on the lathe and start turning.
No.
Uh,
Leona's quite drunk.
Maybe next time.
I've got a 14-inch piece of yew on the lathe that I have to make a bowl out of, so I probably don't feel like doing that right now.
Yeah, leave that alone for tonight anyway.
Yeah.
Does anybody want the Rob and Steve show back?
Yay. Alex says he's only known me 5 minutes and I frightened him already. Richard says I'm a big softie. I agree, Richard.
He's lovely, is Richard.
That's
He's
why
a
he's your
lot.
very, 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 very best friend.
He's my very, 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 very best friend. It's not because he's got a shit ton of wood. It's because he's a really, really nice person.
Rob says can do to the Rob and Steve show.
Sounds good.
Richard says, when are we calling for some you? I'll be up there tomorrow, Richard.
We'll be there. I think there should be more turning in the Rob and Steve show, though.
Yeah.
I think we need to do a different format.
Have a turn off every week rather than talking shite.
Yeah, maybe. It wasn't shite, though, but, you know, thanks for your input.
Sorry. Extremely entertaining chit chat.
We did some good interviews on that show.
2.
Wow. That's the one thing I like about Leona. She's brutally honest.
Rob says, what a turn off, eh? Alex says it was good shite, though.
Yeah. I've been told there's a better show on there anyway. So.
Richard says bring Click and Clack back.
Click and Clack. Barbara would love to see Click and Clack back. Okay, 11 to 12. This will be the last one I do because it's our full set. 11 to 12. I'm getting fast at these now. It's definitely where I blow it up.
Are you going straight in with the parting tool or are you rounding off edges or what way are you doing? I
go straight in with the parting tool to get the width and the solid wood. So I'm cutting into the solid wood, getting rid of all the air, just cutting into the opposite edge to the cutting edge that I'm going into, so that I know exactly that I'm getting the same size circles all the time, just literally brushing the other side of it. And once I've got the solid wood, then I'm just rounding off each side with the gouge. And you can see where the solid wood is. You can pretty much tell once you're there. When it's spinning, the shadow disappears at the back. But if you make any one of these discs, if I was to make now, I've literally just started going the other side here now, so I've got solid wood. If I was to make that even just slightly smaller than the rest, you'd notice it when you've got them, when it's shaped all the way around here. If one of those was just a little bit smaller, you'd instantly see it. Your eye will be drawn to it straight away. Are you trying to kill a spider on your keyboard or something?
No, it's my fire cracking.
Oh, that's really loud. Is it? Oh my god. Sounds like your
should probably look around.
Shed's actually on fire.
No, shed's not on fire, it's okay. Alex says, depends which one you mean, Steve. One's not mad, other one I got bored with. Lol.
Oh, okay.
Jeff says, I think you will get 4 stacks of 12 out of that, Steve.
We'll measure it in a second. Who was that said that? Jeff.
Yeah.
We'll measure it in a sec, Jeff. We'll get a pizzat measurement.
Bob the Cat says, do you do 12 to 1 or restart 1 to 2?
Yes, you go 12 to 1.
Brent says, Steve, have you ever thought of doing a banana on a twist like that?
I do. That's how I make them. There we go. Lovely. Just going to get that slight edge.
Oh, you've not done a
there.
twisted banana, have you?
You do it twisted when you do it, because when you form the banana, you're actually doing it twisted. You're going opposite corners to get to form the stalk. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. One more then. It's not the full set yet. Didn't get to 12. 12 to 1. It's a really good mic that you have there.
What did I do now? I literally didn't move.
No, I'm just saying it's picking up every bit of sound. I'm being serious. It's a good mic. Is that the little lapel mic you're using?
Yeah, well, can you hear me breathing or something?
No, not at all. No.
Fucking
You might get checked. You might get checked out for asthma though. You know?
Oh, fuck off.
I'm only joking. No, it's the sound of the fire. It is really loud in the background. It's popping and cracking. She's got angry with me now and she's left me. I have to bloody audition for new earworms now. God. Woo! Oh, that was nearly a disaster. I got an email from what's their faces today? Actually, it wasn't today. It was yesterday. From Makers Central. Asking if the creative van's coming back in 2024.
I think they get the hint when you ignored them in 23.
Yeah, exactly.
JJ asks, it's flexing a little. Are you getting bounce or is it controllable?
No, it's controllable, JJ. It has got a bit of flex in it. You're right. I could probably, you can. But there is still plenty of meat there. Basically, what I'm doing is when I tighten this up, I tighten it until it starts buckling. And then I just back it off just slightly. And I let the drive center, as long as it's driving and it's supported by the point, then it should be fine. You're right, Leona. Yeah. Are you going to share that joke? No, or is it? Do you need a moment? Oh no, she's snorting. It must be a good one. She's off. She's off.
Stop it. I just asked if they can hear me typing. It says
I'm not joking when I tell you how loud your mic is. I wasn't being mean. I was saying your mic is literally picking up. I literally heard a fly buzz past your ear just earlier on.
Doug says, I asked, can they hear me typing? And Doug says, here and there we can. Depending
Oh dear, Doug, what have you done to her?
on how passionate you are about what you're typing.
That's pretty much it. Yeah. Now you know. Now you know, folks. When I'm doing lives, you can hear every sound that I have in my ear. I know when she opens a pack of biscuits. I know when
a fucking pack of biscuits, Chris.
I know when she opens the crisps. I certainly know when she's eating them.
Fuck off! I always mute.
I know when the next drink's been cracked open.
Oh, funny. Well, I definitely think you should ask your very, very, very best friend to earworm instead.
She thinks I'm being mean. She thinks I'm being mean. Then when I say, "Are you typing a little bit loud there, Leona?" Because my ears are actually bleeding. I'll tell this person right now.
I don't even be like whacking it. I'm like tip tapping.
Jesus, that's tippy. Jesus, God help us if you got angry. All right, I got a bit of an odd shaped doodah there.
Serves you right.
That was your keyboard did that. That's better.
Well, Jeff likes to hear me laugh, so ha.
Yeah, I'm not saying we all like to hear you laugh. We just don't all like to hear you murdering the keyboard.
Alex says it's brilliant entertainment instead of watching boring Woodturning videos.
7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah, exactly. So there you go. There's 12.
Go on, to do the next 12.
You'll probably see it better.
Twist now if you did it, if you turned around.
It would go back the other way, but it would look odd because you'll have two.
Same.
No, there wouldn't be two the same, but it would drop back, and it would look a little bit uneven. But that's kind of, I like that effect that it's getting.
I like it, but I still prefer the discs. Sorry.
Yeah, that's okay. I like the discs. I do like the discs, but with what I have in mind for this is starting to take shape on how I want it to look.
Okay. Bob asks, have you got past the knot yet?
Just coming up to the first knot here. And that's not this knot. This knot isn't that knot either.
Both knots going to be in the next 12, though, I'd say.
Yeah, both. Right, let's get a measurement to see how many 12 it's going to be. So 110 or 11 centimeters. 11 centimeters. So that's 2.
What are you doing? Just the parting tool width each time, is it?
3. It's 2 parting tool widths.
2 parting tools. Okay.
Yeah, it needs. I mean, obviously there's going to be some sanding, but I'm getting quite a good cut on each one. You know, just you can see just on the edges here, it just needs a little bit of sanding and refining. But you get that with multi-axis. You're not going to get in here with the transition. But I like how even it is all the way up. It is just like as I wanted it to look. It does just look like a spiral staircase going up.
Richard asks, is that more of the punky beach?
No, this is the good beach. It's still sported, but this was that I cut this from, you gave me like a big slab, Richard. But yeah, I like it. I think it's looking cool. What does everybody else think?
Alex
You know,
thinks it's pretty bloody cool. Here's hoping you
and
can
you
finish it without a gun bang.
and you don't have to like it. You know, I won't get upset. It's not everybody's. It's not everybody's cup of tea. Multi-axis, but if I can get two to look the same by doing this, I think, well, it would be an achievement for me. I would be very happy. Just put it that way.
Rob says it's an interesting piece.
Thank you.
Michael says, will you finish on or off camera?
There's so much work involved with it and I also have to kind of keep it a little bit secret. That it will be finished off camera, but I will do bits and bobs on it maybe.
Richard asks, is that the slab you grabbed out of Leona's weak hands?
No, not at all. I don't know what you're talking about, Richard. I've never
Scott
heard.
says, looks great. Mike says, very cool.
I would
JJ
never have
says,
done.
looks fantastic.
I would never have done such a thing as take it out of Leona's hand ever.
That
Never
time you
would
kicked
I
me
have
in the
done that.
shins and grabbed that bit of wood out of my hand that time.
No, Neb would never do that. I don't know what you're talking about. So there you go. That's back to. Oh no, you can't see that.
Alex says, okay, it looks absolutely shit. Send it to Leona to put on her fire.
So we can all listen to it popping and banging.
Not joking at all.
So there, that I'm back 1 to 2 there, and you can see I'm back parallel with this first cut that I made. That's running true there. So now this will jump to here, and we'll start again, and it will start spiraling again. It's pretty damn cool. I'm half tempted to do something kind of fancy here and then go spiraling again. In between 2 sets of 12, do something in between it.
Yeah, could be good.
Now that I'm looking at it. But I'll have a think about it. And if I do decide to do that, then I'll do that live on camera. That piece in the center.
And make it a box too to hold matches for the candle.
And then what I might do then is I might make it a box or something so that it could hold the matches for a candle. That'd be a good idea, wouldn't it? You see, it doesn't work anymore like that when you're on, when you see.
Yeah, see, now everyone knows.
The owner would give me ideas like that in my ear, and then I'll just make out as it's mine, and she'll go, "That was my idea."
Yeah. Telling you, the wizard behind the curtain, me.
I want to make this dance. Let me tighten it up.
JJ says, ooh, we talked about this project. You gone?
No, I'm still here. I'm playing. I'm looking at this thing dance. I don't want to make it go too fast because the centrifugal force could snap it. That's cool, look. Now it looks like there's 2 twists. And it looks like there's a poo here. Anyway, I'll stop doing that. That's just for my entertainment. I love the wagon wheel effect when you do multi-axis and then you put it on high speed and it looks as if it's going backwards. It's really cool. Right, that's it, folks. That's I'm putting you back on camera, Leona. You're going to switch your camera on and say goodbye to everyone.
No, no.
Go on.
Don't have to. Can't make me.
No, can't.
Sure.
So there's Leona's little I don't know, it looks like a snowman emoji. There she is.
Her amazing logo. Is that what you're trying to say?
Yeah. Thank you very much for watching, everybody. I think we've had a consistent 20 anyway, which has been fantastic. Thanks all for watching. There's been 438 comments. It's telling me. Thank you
Most of
very
them
much
tell
for
me to
commenting.
type quieter.
Most of those are shh, Leona, shh. I know it took a while to get started, but I think showing the whole process when you're doing something like this is quite important. That now will continue for me now as I go along. I'm playing with this thing. I can't leave it alone. Yeah, I will decide whether I do something in the middle there. I've kind of got an idea that I might do in the middle there. I might put like a curved. Anyway, I'll think about that. My head's spinning now with ideas. But I'm glad that it's actually looking how I wanted it to look, which is always a bonus for me because it doesn't always work out that way. It's 444 comments now. What did someone say?
Alex says, cheers for the entertainment tonight. Great fun. Thanks for the YouTube. I hate TikTok. I agree. TikTok sucks for lives. It's crap.
The thing is with TikTok, not necessarily for me. I don't get the views on TikTok. I've not been established on there long enough. The thing is with TikTok that it's done for me is it's got me in touch with more like-minded people and woodturners that aren't assholes on TikTok. I've met
Don't know
a
about
lot. I've met a lot of nice guys on the wood top community, as they call it. I have some really nice discussions. I meet up with a few people on their lives and stuff, and I do have really nice conversations with them. So TikTok's done that for me, but it is a weird platform. I mean, you can go on and you go live and you can have complete idiots come on. The views are false because it clicks a view as someone just coming in and going out again. That's a view. So the views are false. It's unless you've got millions and millions of views, it's not a money making platform. But I'm not on it for that. I'm on it for the fact that you can do really quick videos and put them up, and you can. It's an easy platform to post on. So.
Doug says, really cool beginnings. This is going to be fun to see how you continue to develop it.
Thanks, Doug.
Your bestest ever friend says, thanks, old buddy, old pal.
Thanks, buddy, friend, pal. I'll be in touch about the wood. Oh, and also, I've got to arrange coming to collect my other cutter for the threading jig. There's going to be threading involved with this one as well, with this piece. Just saying.
And Dougie Polburn says, hang on now, I claim that position of arsehole proudly.
Now, Dougie, me and you have always got on. You're a sound bloke. You're never a bullshitter. I've just put this between centres. I want to have a look what it looks like.
Ooh. Oh, cool. It's like backwards.
That's cool, isn't it?
That is cool. Yeah.
Anyway, that's me playing with it. I could play with that all night, just having it twiddly widdling around. I might just cut it there and put it on a spinny platform. Right, I'm saying good night, folks.
Good night, folks.
Thank you very much. See you again next time. We might get Leona's wood turning next time. What do you reckon, Leona? Are you going to turn next time?
Yeah, we'll see.
All right. And I'll get talking to Roberto and see if he wants to start the Click and Clack show again.
Yes, exactly.
And we'll get Click and Clacking Maybe we'll do some turn-offs and stuff like that, and we'll challenge each other each week. That's what I think. It would be good if we challenge each other with different genres of wood turning. I think that would be good. Like he could challenge me to turn a bowl. Oh, God, if I really have to,
With
and
some Joe Sonia centrifugal.
and I'll get him to turn a banana.
Yep, that sounds like the first show.
I think the bowl. Yeah, I don't even want to turn a bowl. But anyway, see you again soon. Thanks, folks. Ta-ta.
Bye.
It's goodbye from me, and it's goodbye from her. Here's my mouse. End stream. Bye.
Bye.
Oh, you have to click it 95 times for it to end, and it makes you look